Here's why guests keep asking you where you bought your decorations, when really, you made them yourself with nothing but yarn and a hook. I'm going to show you the kind of crochet decorations that make people stop mid-conversation and walk over to touch them. Not the basic stuff you see everywhere. Not the lumpy granny square that ends up shoved in a drawer. I'm talking about the pieces that look like they belong in a magazine, the ones that make your living room feel like somewhere expensive. And the best part is, most of them take less time than you think. Stick around because by the end of this, you're going to have a full list of ideas you can start today, plus a few tricks that most people never figure out on their own. Tricks that instantly make your crochet look more expensive and more put together. So let's talk about why most homemade crochet decorations don't get noticed. It's not because the person who made them lacks skill, it's because of three things: wrong colors, wrong placement, and wrong finishing touches. You can crochet the most technically perfect piece in the world, but if you use the wrong yarn color or you just toss it somewhere without thinking, it's going to blend into the background and nobody's going to say a word about it. Nobody's going to walk in your door and go, "Wow, who made this?" That's the problem we're solving today. We're not just making crochet things, we're making crochet things that get noticed the second someone walks through your door. Let's start with the first idea, and this one is probably the easiest way to upgrade your whole living space without spending a lot of money. Crochet table runners. Now I know what you're thinking. Table runners are boring, everyone has one. But here's the thing. Most table runners people buy in stores are flat, plain, and kind of lifeless. A crochet table runner with a lace pattern, especially in a cream or white color, has texture. It catches light differently. It has little holes and gaps that make shadows move across it during the day. That's the kind of detail that makes someone stop and actually look at your table, instead of just walking past it. If you want to take this even further, don't just make a plain rectangle. Add a scalloped edge. Scallops are those little wave-like bumps along the border, and they instantly make anything look more finished, more intentional. It's a small detail, but small details are exactly what separate a nice try from a wow, that's beautiful. The second idea, and this one is a personal favorite because it's so simple but so effective, is hanging crochet mandalas. If you don't know what a mandala is, it's basically a circular pattern that starts small in the middle and grows outward in rings, kind of like a spider web, but way more colorful and detailed. You hang these in a window, and when sunlight passes through them, they throw these gorgeous patterns of light and shadow onto your walls and floor. Nobody expects that from something handmade. It looks like you paid a designer to figure it out, when really, it just took an afternoon and some leftover yarn. The key here is contrast. Don't use one single color for the whole mandala. Use 2 or 3 colors that work well together, something like a soft blue with white and a touch of gold thread. That contrast is what makes the pattern actually visible, instead of it just looking like a blob when it's hanging there. Now let's move into something a little more advanced, but don't worry, I'm going to explain it in a way that makes sense even if you've never done it before. This next one is crochet-covered vases. You take a plain glass vase, something you probably already own, and you crochet a cover for it using a stretchy pattern, something like a simple shell stitch or a basic mesh. You slide it over the vase like a sweater. This one always gets a reaction because people don't expect fabric and glass to work together like that. It looks soft and warm, but it still has that clean, elegant shape underneath from the glass. The trick with this one is choosing the right yarn thickness. If your yarn is too thick, the cover looks bulky and it loses that elegant look we're going for. You want something thin, almost like a fingering weight yarn, so the texture shows through, but it still hugs the shape of the vase nicely. Add a few fresh or fake flowers inside, and I promise you, this becomes the centerpiece of any table it sits on. Let's talk about something a little different now: wall hangings. This is where you can really let your creativity go wild, but I want to give you a specific approach that works every single time. Instead of making one giant piece, make 3 smaller ones and hang them together in a row or a triangle shape. This is called a gallery-style layout, and it's something interior designers use all the time with photos and paintings, but almost nobody thinks to do it with crochet. 3 medium-sized circular or diamond-shaped pieces, slightly different sizes, hung close together creates this layered look that feels intentional and thought out, instead of just one flat thing stuck on a wall. For the actual pattern, keep it textured. Things like popcorn stitches, which create these little raised bumps, or cluster stitches work really well here, because wall hangings are viewed from a distance, so you want something with dimension that catches the eye even from across the room. Now here's where we get into the real climax of this whole idea, the piece that ties everything together and usually gets the most attention out of everything on this list. A crochet chandelier cover, or if that sounds too complicated, think of it as a hanging light shade made of crochet. You take a simple lampshade frame, something cheap you can find anywhere, and instead of fabric, you crochet an open, lacy pattern around it. When the light turns on, the pattern casts these intricate shadows all around the room, kind of like lace curtains, but way more dramatic. This is the piece that makes people take their phones out and start snapping pictures the moment they see it turned on for the first time. The secret with this one, and I really want you to remember this part, is using a natural fiber yarn like cotton instead of synthetic acrylic yarn. Cotton has a slate sheen to it, and it doesn't melt or get weird near heat and light like some synthetic yarns can. It also drapes better, meaning it falls and moves in a way that looks more elegant and less stiff. Now let's bring this all together. What connects every single one of these ideas, the table runner, the mandala, the vase cover, the wall hangings, and the chandelier shade, is this idea of texture and light working together. Elegant crochet isn't about being flashy or using 100 different colors. It's actually the opposite. It's about restraint, using simple, clean colors, letting the stitch pattern itself do the talking, and thinking about how light interacts with what you make. That's the difference between crochet that looks homemade in a good way and crochet that looks homemade in a way that gets shoved into a closet. Another thing I want to mention, because this trips people up a lot, is blocking. Blocking is when you wet your finished piece and pin it down flat or into shape while it dries. This one extra step can completely transform how professional your work looks. An unblocked piece often looks wavy, uneven, kind of messy around the edges. A blocked piece lays flat, the stitches even out, and it just looks like something made by someone who really knows what they're doing, even if this is only your second or third project ever. Don't skip this step. I know it feels like an unnecessary extra step when you're excited to show off what you just made, but trust me, it's worth the wait. Color choice deserves one more mention too, because it really is that important. If you want that elegant look, stick to a palette of no more than 3 colors per piece and lean toward neutral tones, whites, creams, soft grays, maybe one accent color like a deep green or a dusty rose. Bright rainbow colors have their place, they're fun, they're cheerful, but they don't usually read as elegant. Elegant almost always means simple, calm, and put together. So, to wrap this all up, if you want your crochet decorations to be the thing that guests notice the second they walk in, focus on texture over color. Don't skip blocking,